Wait. Don't go nowhere. Somebody asked me a question, y'all. I got to answer it. You are not going to want to miss this question. Don't go nowhere, okay? All right. Hello, family. Let's get to it. This is 15 minutes live Q&A with your CEO, 3 times the real Elisa Applewhite. I am the real Elisa Applewhite, your CEO, 3 times. Let's get to this episode. All right, so this is episode 89. What is profit margin? Awesome for asking this question. 89 lives, y'all. I'm almost at 100. I'm almost there. I can't wait till I get to 100. I have a huge surprise when I get to 100. All right, so episode 89. So let's get to it. Let's get to those banners, y'all. So why do I go live Monday through Friday, right? So I go live simply Monday through Friday because people keep asking me questions, y'all. They DM me, they call me, they text me, they email me, asking me questions about business, about life, about being a mom, being a wife. And I just like, man, I wish I had 15 minutes to answer your questions that I came up with an answer. So what I do is I go live Monday through Friday. Every day you can catch me here at 12. And I answer your questions, y'all. It's simple. So keep sending your questions. If they are appropriate, I will definitely answer them. If they are not appropriate, I will most likely block you. But if they are appropriate, I will answer your questions, and I give you 3 things on what I think the answer should be to the question, because you asked me the question, right? So you said, Lisa, all right, what about Saturday and Sunday? Got you covered. I got you. Saturday and Sunday at 12 o'clock, you can catch a recording of a question that somebody asked me previously, right? So send in your questions. I'm going to be doing this until the questions run out. And from the looks of things, the questions are running out. Okay. So the next thing we have, CEO 3. Oh, why do they call that one? Why do they call you CEO 3 times? Y'all be reading the screen like y'all be reading the screen, right? So why do they call me CEO 3 times, y'all? I had to really think about it. For me and my husband, it was simple, right? They call us CEO 3 times because they call me CEO 3 times because I have 3 companies, but everybody is a CEO 3 times, right? You're a CEO of your life. You're a CEO of your children, of your family. You're a CEO of your community, right? You're a CEO of your business. Like you got 3 things. You have your business, your job, your family, your kids, and then your community. So we all CEOs 3 times, y'all. It just depends on how you label it, right? So we had 3 companies called Top of the Line Healthcare Staffing. It's the first company. That is the company that staffs medical professionals in hospitals, doctors' offices, and nursing homes, right? Then we have TOTLHS Heart to Go Inc. That is our nonprofit, right? That takes care of our medical professionals holistically, right? So we help them with things like car payment assistance, mortgage assistance, financial education, financial literacy education, credit repair education, right? We help them to take care of them holistically so they can take care of the holistic patient, y'all. And let's not forget the Heart to Go Gala falls into the nonprofit. That is why the nonprofit was originally established, because of the Heart to Go Gala. In this event, we celebrate medical professionals every year, and we give them a chance to stay on stage and tell their story. And not only do we tell a story, but we help them financially so they can get out of debt, y'all. Love, love, love the Heart of Gold Gala. It is a true event where you just have a great time. And I really truly love this one. All right, now we got The Real Elisa Applewhite Consulting. This is our consulting company, right? This has brought you questions and answers live with your CEO, me, The Real Elisa Applewhite. But we don't only do that, right? We help everyday people like you build a healthcare staffing agency from scratch to government, right? We partner with hospitals and nursing homes to teach them on how to retain staff. And people always say to me, Lisa, how can you do that plus staff, be a healthcare staffing? Listen, y'all, I have one goal and one goal only, and I have to express this to people, right? My goal is to make sure I get accountable, professional, and compassionate medical professionals at the bedsides of patients, if that's staffing it through my staffing agency or if that is helping the hospitals to retain their staff. It's only one goal. Healthcare should only be one goal, and that is to make sure the patient has the best experience possible, right? And the medical professionals are taken care of holistically. All right. So we don't only do that. We have the podcasting here, right? This is Beyond the Scrubs podcast, which I'm so excited about because we literally go beyond the scrubs and we ask medical professionals questions about their stories in healthcare. Then we take everyday people like you with patient experience and we get your story so you could be heard, right? Because healthcare is a universe by itself. And I'm trying to tell people I've been in this thing for 20 years as of next year. Can't believe it. 20 years as of next year. And I have so many stories to tell. And I know it's so many other people with stories to tell. And I just want to get it out, right? I want to get it out. I want to pull it out. All right. We also help medical professionals to be the best medical professional they could potentially be. And then me and my husband started this duet where we actually go into the public school system and we teach kids in high school, middle school, I had to think about it, high school and middle school, about building generational wealth, about financial literacy, and about building a business. So we are everywhere with this consulting company. I absolutely love it. I'm just going to keep letting God utilize me however he needs to move in our life, right? So we have a lot going on, y'all. So jump on board. We always look for sponsorships. I'm just saying. All right. So episode number 89. We got 8 minutes on the clock because y'all know I like to respect your time. I've been put 15 minutes on the clock. What is profit margin? This is a good question, and I believe I answered this question before, but let's see if I can answer it in a different way. So I'm going to give you 3 things on what I think profit margin is. First thing, what is profit margin is the amount the company keeps, right? So profit is the amount that the company keeps. A margin is just the scale. That's what margin is. Margin is a fancy word for scale, right? So how are you going to scale this profit? Are you going to make a 15% profit to a 30% profit? Are you going to make a 100% profit to a 100% profit, right? You can't do that, right? So it's usually a percentage below 100, right? So it's like, what is your profit margin? What is the comfortable area that the company needs to keep in order to keep running the operations, to pay your not only just to pay your staff, but to keep running the operations, because your profit margin should be the money that the company keeps for doing the business. The profit margin should not consist of what you're paying your office staff, your medical staff, or any other staff in the business. The profit margin is supposed to be purely the profit that you want to make out of this business that you're operating, right? So you have a margin, you have a scale. Say, so I think the first year we did, I said my profit margin, I want to hit 30%. I don't want to do less than 15%, but I want to hit 30%. And I believe in our first year of profit margin, we did right at 12%. It was a really low percentage, but I'm just like, all right, I want to get to that 30%. So that our 30% was that goal. And I like to be transparent and honest with people. I hate lying to people. I got so many other sins that I have to pay for. And the lie is just not going to be one. It's not going to be something that's added. I like to be as transparent as I potentially can be. But that is what the margin is. So you have to set your margin to what you want. Now, in healthcare staffing, margins can go anywhere. I tell these people anytime. It can go anywhere from 15% to 60%. It just depends on the company. It depends on the healthcare staffing company, right? So what that means is if I'm keeping 60% as a profit, I'm only going to pay my medical staff and my office staff 40% of what I'm making. All right. I like to give numbers because I like to keep it simple. Out of $1, if I'm keeping 60 cents out of $1, now I only take 40 cents out of that dollar, and I got to split it between my office staff and my medical professionals. Okay. So that is what a profit margin is. It's the amount that the company gets to keep, but it's on a scale where you say, I want to start here. I know I'm not going below 10% of profit on anything I sell, but I want to grow to 50%, or I want to grow to 90%, right? It's just dependent on the services that you provide. And like I said, in healthcare staffing is usually anywhere between a 10% and 60% margin. I don't even know of healthcare staffings that have greater than a 60% margin, because you do want to pay people, what you believe they deserve, and what is going to keep them, right? Because if they're not working, you're not making no money. No matter if you say, well, I want my profit margin 70%. I want it 10% to 70%. And you get to that 70%, most likely you ain't gonna have no staff because you're not paying them nothing, right? All right. So the second one is, what is a profit margin? It's a percentage of the revenue. And we went into revenue versus profit before. So revenue, I have to explain this again. Revenue is everything that you bring in for your business, right? It is every dime that comes in for your business that you have calculated, and it says, boom, this is my revenue. This is how much the company generated, right? It is not your net profit, right? Your net profit, or your net, is what you actually made from the company, what you actually was profited from the company, right? What the company got to keep. Right. So your revenue is the number that all the money comes into the pot, and it calculates as the revenue. And then within that revenue, you got to pay all your bills, you got to pay all your staff, you got to pay all your insurances, you got to pay everything out of there. But you also have to take out your profit, or put in your profit margin at 10% to 70%, however you feel like doing it. Well, 10 to 60% healthcare staffing, however you feel like doing it. But you gotta take that profit margin out of that whole entire revenue, right? So if I got a whole pie, a whole apple pie, that one slice of pie I take, that's going to be my profit, right? Now, if I get to eat a second slice of pie or a third slice of pie, that is my profit margin, right? Potential. I can potentially eat 2 pieces more of pie and then gain some calories, and then that extra stomach that I've been trying to get rid of, stuff like that. So that is what is profit margin? Is a percentage of your revenue. All right, and so we go to the next one. What is profit margin? I'm saying it so fast I can't even say it. Profit margin. All right, the money that must be reinvested in your company. This is so important, and I'm glad I've chose this for number 3. Right, I'm gonna say this slow. What is profit margin? The money that must be reinvested into the company. So I love podcasts. I'm on Diary of CEO. One day I'm gonna be a guest up there. I'm on Social Proof. One day I'm gonna be a guest up there. Ash Cash Inside the Vault. One day I'm gonna be a guest up there, right? Earn Your Leisure. One day I'm gonna be a guest up there, right? Oh my God, 19 Keys. One day I'm definitely gonna be a guest up there. And what I'm saying to you is, Patrick Bet David. I love his podcast. I was watching it when he did Kobe interview. It was awesome. Oh my God, it's awesome. So one day I'm gonna be a guest up there too, right? I'm just gonna be guesting everywhere, right? Because God is just amazing, right? So every hot podcast that you could think of, I'm gonna be up there, and every unhot podcast that you could think of, I'm gonna be up there too, right? Because why? It's people. It's people, and people. What do I always say about people, y'all? No matter what happens, anybody could be a patient. I don't care who you are, right? So let's get back on it. Y'all know I'll be going on these tangents. So this is why I kept number 3 great. This is why I left this. The money that must be reinvested in your company. The reason why I went on the podcast tangent is because I was watching EYL, I wasn't watching EY. I was watching Social Proof. And that's David Shands and Donnie Wiggins, for people who don't know. And they had Michael McDonald up there. I think that's his last name. I'm not sure. I just know he works with EYL. He's like the background that literally established Earn Your Leisure, right? And he said up there that EYL, Troy, Rashad, or him didn't take any money from the business for 18 whole months. And when he said that, it made me realize, like, yo, great people, they do that. Not saying they didn't pay their bills, not saying they didn't take care of their family, but money that they made in the business went right back into the business. And that's what I did for the first year. Like, the money that I made, I put it back into the business, and it paid off, because that 7 figures, that first 7 figures we made in that first year, we tripled it the second year. But that's because I was so committed. And it takes, like he was saying, it takes a different type of commitment to give all that money back to a business when you see it. It takes a different type of commitment. And I'm just like, all right, so I'm not crazy no more. Like, I'm not the only one doing this. Because when people used to ask me, like, it must be nice making 20. Yeah, it's nice making 20,000 a week extra, but it's all going back into the business. And they're like, what? You're not taking nothing? You're not buying a car, no house? No, the vision is so huge. I need all this money to go back into the business, right? So this is what I'm saying to you. And most people fail this, y'all. They fail it horribly. And I'm about to go over, and I apologize. You have to reinvest your money back into your business. You have to reinvest your money back into your business so that your money is making baby monies, and you can take the baby monies and play with it. You understand what I'm saying? So that is something that I learned during being a part of Social Proof. You gotta have your money, gotta make babies. And if your money ain't making babies, then you're gonna be working forever. You're gonna be struggling out forever. You're gonna be kicking it out forever. You're gonna be an entrepreneur, forever, stressed out, all this stuff. If your money ain't making babies, you ain't making you're not making it happen. So you got to reinvest it back in your company. And there's certain ways you can reinvest it back in your company. Somebody should ask the question and I'll answer it. Right. Look, shameless plug. So just reinvest it back into your company. Don't think about, oh my God, this is 20,000, 30,000 in 1 week. Like, oh my God, I'm going party and shopping on me. No. None of that. Okay. So reinvest it back in your company. So what is profit margin? Is the money that must be reinvested back into your company so you could keep growing and your vision could keep growing. All right. So let's keep going because I don't want to go over. What is profit margin? I'm already over. The amount that the company keeps and a percentage of revenue and the money that must be reinvested back into your company. All right, y'all. So I want to make sure you are following me. Here we go. Y'all know I'll be everywhere. Following me on all social media platforms, right? The Real Elisa Applewhite. Again, that's The Real Elisa Applewhite. Again, that's The Real Elisa Applewhite. Follow me on all social media platforms. Y'all, go check out my YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe like right now. Like, don't check it out tomorrow. Like, go right now and go do it. Like now. Like, not tomorrow, but like now. Like right now, press subscribe. And then, comment or something, right? Comment live. If you comment live, I will shout you out in the next live. What? You get shout out. And when you get shout out, right, I pay attention to the people that comments. I really do. And you never know the surprise that I give to my people that comment. So I love people. I cannot say this enough. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, y'all. Let's get it. I always tell people this. I absolutely love you. I don't even know who you are. But I'm so glad. I am so ecstatic that you decide to be here with me today, that you decide to spend this time with us at 12 o'clock today to learn something to help you move the needle in your business, in your life. And I promise you, I love you. I promise you, I love you and don't even know you. But I promise you one more thing, okay? One more thing that's a fact that I can stand on with my life, God loves you like nobody else loves you. God loves you like nobody else loves you. Okay. Not like your spouse, not like your kids, not like your mama or your daddy. The type of good love that God has for you, your creator, right, has for you is unmatched. It is unmatched. So I always tell you, go build your relationship with your creator. Like, go build your relationship with your creator, because in this entrepreneurial journey, life is going to get rocky. It's going to get real shaky, right? And when it gets shaky, right, you got to be able to withstand the wind. You gotta be able to stand in that stuff and get through it and not quit and throw in the towel. And my source is God. And this is what I'm saying, because I know it, I feel it, I love it. Build a relationship with your creator, because then it's not a devil in hell that can come out and shake you away from it. It's not a devil in hell that can scare you back into fear of life, fear of losing. It's not, right? We have those fears, and when you are firm in God, you're like, oh, look at the devil trying to fool me of the abundance that God already said to me that I will have. Can't fool me. I'm not. That's the oldest trick in the book. Not on this one. Not this one. Stay prayed up, stayed up. What? Yes, no. So go. Build your relationship with your creator, y'all. I promise you, it will be the best peace you've ever experienced in your life. Oh my God. It want me, put me to sleep right now. I'm thinking about it. All right, y'all. So I'm going to leave y'all with this. Healthcare is affected by everything, right? You could be walking and have a stroke or have a heart attack. Now you are in the healthcare system, right? You can just all of a sudden start having mental issues, and now you're in the healthcare system, right? You could be minding your business and somebody can come in and shoot you, or hit your car or something like that, and now you are in the healthcare arena. And this is why healthcare is so important to me, because to me it matters who's at the bedside, right? So I always say to people, it doesn't matter to me that I have a nurse that say, hey, I'm a nurse, or I'm a CNA, and they show up at the building, right? That doesn't show me their integrity. Their integrity, their accountability, their professionalism, it shows when the door is closed. That is how you know how true a person is to their mission of being a healthcare professional, right? It's how they treat the patients with the doors closed. And my goal is to help to educate healthcare staffing owners and also medical professionals, and again, hospitals, on how to help medical professionals get back to that mindset of how to treat people when the door is closed.